on to the early part of lap 9 of 13. The Gian Antonio now has just picked off the pole starter Quartararo. So Quartararo's victory hopes, well, they never really materialised after a rather poor start from that fifth pole position of the season. The Gian Antonio then now up into P6.
Oh, nearly went into the back of him again there. Once again, Bezz going in hot. This time, though, he is able to bring it back round to a rather late apex. Raul Fernandez is not exactly going slowly here, even though Bezz caught him quickly. Fernandez is still doing mid-27s, which is way faster than anyone else on the racetrack, not named Marco Bezzecchi. And of course, Bezz on a bike, he'll know he's got the same strengths and same weaknesses as Raul Fernandez on the same Aprilia.
If you are trying to work out a way to defeat Marco Bezzecchi in tomorrow's Australian Grand Prix, it might be a blessing for you, but he has to serve the 2 long laps, which are going to cost him at least, aren't they, 4 seconds. This time around, there is no big mistake on the braking zone down into the first gear at turn 10. Just got to be patient here, hasn't he, Bezz? It doesn't look like late on in this 13-lap sprint that he's got the superior speed. Fair play to Fernandez, though. He really is toughing it out right now for Trackhouse on course for back-to-back sprint podiums. And it does look like, doesn't it, for the very first time in the sprint era, we're going to have a podium that does not feature a Ducati, because Alex Marquez is half a second at the moment behind Pedro Acosta in third. Here comes Bezz into the southern loop we go on that change of direction on the flip-flop. This looked like it was a matter of time. This looked like it was a move that was coming. Bezz makes it at turn 2 on lap 10.
And does Raul Fernandez have any way of fighting back at that one? Look at the gap already Bezz has pulled out as they go through Stoner Corner, already a quarter of a second clear. And Raul Fernandez, surely the team will be making him aware that he's got 3.5 seconds of empty time up behind him. Back to Pedro Acosta. There is a very safe second place here if Raul Fernandez is prepared to settle for it.
One of the big battles that's been raging throughout this sprint, and it was an unlikely one as well, given the fact that they started 13 places apart on the grid, is between Aldeguer and Bastianini. Those two have just put in their PB laps in this sprint. Sadly for the pair of them, it's outside of the point scoring places right now. The Beast in 11th.
Gian Antonio's really coming at this podium group quickly. He's doing 27.8. We know he's got the pace. He just didn't have the qualifying position, and of course got stuck behind Paul Espargaro early on. This is Fabio Di Gian Antonio passing Fabio Quartararo for 6th place. This was at the start of the previous lap, but with Acosta running 27.8 in 3rd place, Di Gian Antonio is not out of this podium battle yet.
That's no contest when Gian Antonio's best speed through the speed traps so far in this sprint is 10k's faster than Fabio Quartararo's factory wise at RM1. Towards the tail end of the point scoring places, this is some battle raging, isn't it, at the moment between Paul Espargaro, who is 8th. He's got Marini for company on the factory Honda. Just behind him is a 36 bike of Mears, looking a bit nervous on the front end as he tipped into the Durham corner. Then it's Bastianini, who's done so much work to get himself into this point scoring position. This should be some save by the Beast if he wants to get himself into the top 9.
Yeah, where was this in the rest of the weekend? Tech 3 will be asking, because clearly the Beast has got some pace. He's certainly got some spirit now on board that Tech 3 KTM. So Paul Espargaro at the moment defending a 2-point position in 8th place, and the two factory Hondas still locked together in their battle for the final point, 9th and 10th. Gian Antonio just did a 27.5. He was the best part of half a second quicker than that podium trio up ahead of it.
This is over. This is over as a contest, it looks like, unless there's another error coming the way of Bezzecchi, which feels unlikely. He's nearly a second clear now of Fernandez. Here is Pecco Bagnaia. It's Aldeguer. Well, Fermin Aldeguer. We'll talk about the highs and lows of a Grand Prix motorcycle racer. Less than 2 weeks ago, the ultimate high of being the second youngest rider in MotoGP history to win behind Marc Marquez. Siberia's a rapid old get-off. Losing the front there was Aldeguer. This then is the battle between Digia and Alex. This is a battle for 5th place. Can these two do anything to